Okay, so we'll start this adventure at the Desert Queen mine. This was founded in around 1860. They come in, sunk a shaft, so we'll get a better view of that later in the drone. Lots of workings clear up to the top of the mountain. They worked it clear up off and on till 1950, which is that cut that we'll see later up there at the top of the mountain. We got Ted and Judy with us today on this adventure, and this is actually a remake of an earlier video we did where the cameras were not playing well, which produced a lousy video. But we've got a tunnel to enjoy today also. So there's also tunnels up the hill, but we won't be accessing those because they're still bat barred. So we'll give everybody a look around, and that's about all that's left of our town is the old building there. But there used to be quite a few buildings, including some way out there in the flat that were here when I was a little guy. So we'll rig up for this tunnel and we'll get back with you. Okay, so entrance to the adit. This one had bat bars in it. Somebody graciously come along, cut them out. We're doing a basic scan for snakes. Not seeing nothing yet, so we'll get inside and we'll pick this back up. It'll change here in a little bit. So there's where we came in, and I'm going to turn the light on, and this is where we're going.
Now watch where you're walking, Ted.
That's where a walking stick's nice. So this is one of the original excavations. A lot of caliche material, not a lot of solid rock. So here's some light ground fall, light to moderate. Tunnel's about standard.
Remember that one we went in with all the different bats? That
6 foot. Ow. Wow, that was a long time ago too. That was Grantsville.
Mm-hmm.
So we think that used to be an adit and it's collapsed. And then we've got another collapse right here. But with a little work we can get over it. Okay, so we have a stope that has collapsed. I believe there was an ore bin here. You can look through there and see the timbers. And this thing plugged up, too much weight, and then just let go.
Do you ever approach it, Ted, like go down it backwards? It's a little easier.
Yeah, once you're over that top, it's just walk down it backwards, you're fine.
Come on, you can do it too. Okay, hand me your light.
So we come into an area with another stope. If there was any quartz in here, they got it all, because we're not seeing much mineralization. Of course, you can see old blast dust. There could be quartz hiding in there, but the blast dust is still covering the walls from 150 years ago. A little bit of separation there at the ceiling. And we have a pocket. put the light down a notch. Maybe nothing will look blown out. We'll get the flashlight back and bright now. There's a drill hole right there. Drilled it and either didn't blast that deep or never fractured it. Light ground fall, but I've seen worse. And then it opens up. This thing opens up big. So, in 1962, a decision was made to use this tunnel as a fallout shelter. The only thing is, it's 30 miles from the town that needed to evacuate out to it. And we don't know how good the roads were back then, but if our town, because of Naval Air Station, was going to get bombed, I'm not sure very many people would have made it out here. So we have come to the end. So it faces out right there. But we got a treat. And the treat is this stope. Actually, I think you would call it a winze. And if we turn the lights off, there's light up there. So don't know if the camera will pick that up, but yeah, the ladder's really in good shape. And so anyway, that's it, into the tunnel, and I am not going to climb this winze today. But more than likely a way out. So if we had to, we could go that way. Okay, so this is the head back out maneuver. So Ida's very good at finding bats. You can tell this was almost a haulage at it because we can already see the light at the end of the tunnel. So as I mentioned earlier, this is a remake of a video that we did in 2025. And even though I published it, the cameras we were using sucked. So we're redoing this, and I may use parts of the other one because there was some good shots in there, but this wasn't one of them. So the light's getting closer. So unless I find something cool on the way out, we're going to stop this, pick it back up outside. Okay, so back at the opening and through the bat bars. And bang my head. And back out in the hot air. Watch your head, Judy. Gotta film the old geriatric guy coming back out into the light.
Don't give
you laughing? I'll fall. See? I made it.
So we're now above the mine tunnel. There's another adit there. It is bat barred, so I'm not even going to take you over there and show you. What's interesting is what we saw from the bottom of the mine earlier is now the top of this one. So it partially is collapsed, but we can look down there and see where it cuts back to the left, and that was the light we saw. Hopefully this turns out for the camera. But you know, the thing is they sure wasted a lot of our taxpayer money to put this really nice 2-inch square tubing across this hole to keep us from getting in there or falling down there. But I guess the days of the barbed wire fence just doesn't work anymore. So we're up on top. And they did ADS pipe and lots of spray in foam. They used it for that collar, keep the collar from collapsing. So yeah, look at the quartz. There's a quartz seam there. There's a quartz seam running all through the rock, and that's dirty quartz too. I don't know why they didn't go after it. They must have essayed it and
Wasn't enough.
yeah. So they used the cross ties to crib the incline shaft, and I can't see the bottom, and I didn't bring a light except for the camera light.
Can we go get a flashlight?
Nah, we're good.
Okay.
So there you go. But that is a beautiful quartz seam right there. mill site. And I had this in the first video, but there was a hand dug well here for water. So imagine hand digging that thing, but long filled in. And then this was the foundation for a stamp mill. So we had a steam engine mounted here, and then maybe a 6 stamp, 10 stamp right there, and then we had obviously a sluice run off of it into a settling pond, and then the leftover water went out the long end. We have a rock wall here. May have been some sort of building. I don't have any original pictures of this, but you can definitely see the infrastructure. And then as we go down farther, the staining of the dirt down there. So, and then of course a rock wall here is a barrier. So the ore would come in here on the road we just came in, get dumped, go through the stamp mill. Don't know if it was a mercury operation or just a sluice operation. I'm not going to get down there and sample the soil, but kind of an indescript spot in the desert, but cool nonetheless. So we're going to stop, have some lunch, and we'll continue on this adventure. So our next stop is a concrete circle. So big circle on the outside, blue circle on the inside, white circle in the middle. Judy's walking the concrete circle. I'll walk the blue circle. So everybody's speculating what it might be, but if anybody knows, is it a reference point? I mean, I've seen the old airmail arrows, the navigation arrows, but this don't look like that. It's just a circle in the desert. Judy's gonna get her steps in, walking all of them. You're gonna get lost in this one though.
It's like a real thick plastic tank.
Yeah.
Like an epoxy.
So anyway, if anybody knows what it is, put it in the comments. We had to come find it. I saw it from Google Earth, so. You've seen it with the camera, so I don't think it's noteworthy enough to fly over it with the drone, but interesting spot. Alright, so from Google Earth, this makes a square. We're going to fly the drone on this one and see what I'm missing, but there appears to be some ruins out here. We are right on the edge of the 40-mile desert. So there's the big flat, and there is some scattered ruins out here. Like somebody was doing something. We walk up here on this little knoll, and there's a wonder stone, purple rock, gravel area right here on the other side. Oh, there's some stuff right over there. Well, let's just take a walk. I don't know if it's old or modern. This is interesting material to be finding out on an alkali flat. Can't tell you it wasn't hauled in here, but we know the pipe's not very old. But there's some more wood, like the other one. There's some old metal. It's like an old gate style rubber hose. So walk with me. We'll walk down here. So we're not seeing much, but if we do see something, we'll definitely photograph it. We'll give you some drone pictures overhead and probably a little shot running across the flat heading back to our rigs. But if you like what we're doing out here, riding the desert in the quads, seeing old history, old mining camp, stuff like that, hit that subscribe button, push that thumbs up button. It helps us to understand what kind of stuff that you like. So at this point, thanks for watching.